Jack was just a lovely little boy who was a chatterbox from early on and full of life, just a typical 3-year-old. He was nearly 3. And then on the 23rd of March 1999, we lost our son to the Hib strain of meningitis. And that particular night, we had a sick little boy. He had vomited, and we put him in bed between ourselves, you know, my husband and myself. And by the morning, I realised I couldn't rouse him, and I put him in the car myself and drove to A&E department in Korean Hospital, where it all went from that. And that was around 8:30 or just shortly after in the morning. And by 7:45 at night, we realised we had lost him. Within 12 hours, we had lost our beloved son, Jack. Our immediate family were shell-shocked, and the pain it has with the other children. I mean, we had a 6-year-old son who took it very badly because, you know, Jack was his best friend as well as his brother. And I mean, in the early days, we're not quite sure how we got through that. It's just so devastating a disease, and in a matter of hours, it can kill children. And the thing was that there was a Hib injection that was brought out in 1990, and they realised when Jack died there was a small but significant rise again in the Hib infection of meningitis. So it was raising its head again, and that's why they now have a booster dose for meningitis C and the Hib infection around a year old, as well as babies getting the injection at 2 months, 3 months and 4 months. They do have the booster dose now.
Had you any idea that Jack had meningitis?
No. And in many cases there is a rash that sort of alerts parents to the fact that their son or their daughter would have meningitis, but in that case Jack never ever had a rash. And he wasn't terribly sick. You know, I think sometimes it's a mother going on her own instincts, and I would urge any parent, if they have any idea that their child might be sick at all and have meningitis, that they get to an A&E department as soon as possible.
Since Jack died, you and your husband have been campaigning to have these vaccines for children.
Yes, and the thing at the moment is we were actually in London at Westminster on the 11th of December because of the new meningitis B vaccine that has come out. And we were lobbying MPs that day, and we had meetings with a lot of people who are in similar situation to ourselves, have lost children or are left with children who have physical and mental disabilities, children who have had amputations and have ended up being blind and deafness as well. So we discovered then that that stage that the European Committee for Medicines have actually granted a licence for this new meningitis B vaccine, but the only thing is we don't know whether the UK government will actually pick it up and give it along with the vaccines that are available at the moment. So that's where we are at the moment. We've met our local MP, and he's going to take it forward for us as well locally. But the Joint Committee for Vaccinations and Immunisations is meeting in June to give their recommendation to the government of whether they should actually include this in childhood vaccination programme. I mean, this is a Western society with a great immunisation programme, and it's just trying to get the government now to just go ahead and get that included with the meningitis B and the Hib strain vaccinations as well. We're still going to fight for the meningitis B vaccine because it is actually the most common strain at the moment, and it can kill within hours. And certainly we don't want parents to go through what we have been through, and we think it should be included in this present vaccination programme.
What drives you now?
I think the thing that drives me is the fact that we've been through it, and we know how devastated parents can feel, and it's something that is preventable, and you know, we'll continue to fight to get this in the programme. I know it's too late for our son Jack, but at the same time we just have to keep fighting for other parents.